great things about this conference is you're always finding new vendors with great solutions, putting a new spin on something and adding to it. I'm here with Derek McGarry.
Yes, sir.
From Abundant Power out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Man, thanks for taking a few minutes to speak with us, man.
No, thanks for having us, Eric. We hear so many good things about control trends and what you guys are doing, and we're told we needed to connect with you.
Well, awesome. Well, I tell you what, control trends can only be as good as the guests that come on and the products they have. So tell our community what Abundant Power is all about.
So what Abundant Power does is building analytics based on BMS data. And SkySpark is what we built our platform on top of. That's our engine. And there's lots of SkySpark users, developers, end users out there. But what we've really figured out how to do is make it a whole heck of a lot easier for both simple end users as well as the more, highly technical folks that really want to dig in and create work orders.
Because I think SkySpark is one of these things, like you can do anything with it, right? If you know what you're doing, but making it easy that's a huge piece. So how do you guys do that? What's sort of behind the scenes?
Well, so at the end of the day, exactly. SkySpark is fun, and I'm a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
I could spend hours and hours looking at stuff, going down, finding problems, but unfortunately, we just don't have that much time. Yeah. So what we've done is we've created middleware that takes all of the, SkySpark has all of this data that comes into it. SkySpark scrunches it down into what matters, but then we've used a lot of post-processing tools to really narrow it and make it easier for a mechanical engineer or a data scientist to really find what's most meaningful, most impactful to the end user, to the client, to the building owner.
I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think, for years and years and years, and since really automation came around, we all got alarms, right? So alarming is not a big trick. The trick is eliminating alarms, because you get so many alarms that people just don't respond to them. So I think one of the beauties of SkySpark, and I suspect of your product, is you guys are able to create rule type things, right? So that if a temperature sensor goes high or low for a certain period of time, then you get the alarm, or you create unique relationships. I think that's sort of the value to make the data usable. Fair statement?
Yeah, totally. And one of the kind of the downsides of analytics that's given a lot of people a bad taste is, just like alarms and BMS systems, there's a lot of false alarms, and people don't have time to deal with that. And if we get false alarms being delivered from BMS analytics, it makes the whole industry kind of down on it. So we really pride ourselves on what we deliver to the end user is really tangible recommendation that's going to have the biggest impact on comfort, asset health, and energy savings.
No, I think it's so true. I mean, the first Real Comm Ibcon Kenny and I ever came to, we heard Daryl Smith from Microsoft speak, and it was the first time I really began to understand.
Inspiration to us too.
Yeah, between alarms and rules-based type stuff, and Daryl ran the Microsoft campus, 800,000 square feet or something outrageous. And the thing was, they never got any complaints, right? There were no alarms, so they thought their systems were working great, but their energy bills were high. So they installed something similar to what you guys have, a rules-based type thing, and they figured out the reason that everybody was comfortable was because the heating and cooling was running at the same time, and that's why their energy bills were so high. So that sort of insight, if you will, that spark, allowed them to save millions and millions of dollars.
Heck yeah. And the approach we take is buildings have a purpose, and it's not to save energy. That is important, but what's most important are the folks that are in the building. So what we focus on is comfort first, and that's a KPI that we can track and quantify based on mechanical delivery of what the temperature you're asking for. And then the second KPI we really focus on improving is asset health. And that's where a lot of this simultaneous heating and cooling comes into play. And we find if we focus on comfort first, then asset health, on average our clients are saving about 20% on consumption.
Very nice.
The opportunity is big out there.
Well, not only that, I mean, probably if it's 20% just on energy consumption, it's got to be 40-50% on eliminating nuisance calls, on operational savings, and also the fact that your tenants are more comfortable, right?
Totally. I mean, if you can nail the mechanical system's ability to deliver the temperature that you're asking for, hot cold calls are going to be cut in about half.
Nice, nice. So walk our community through, if they're interested in engaging your guys' services, sort of walk us through that process. How does that look?
Well, so I think what's most applicable to the Control Trends community is that we make SkySpark easy to deploy and easy to use. We have a partner program for controls contractors, mechanical contractors that get asked by their clients to deliver, 21st century technology tools. So we make it easy for them to do that. We have a white label solution, enables them to provide that value to their clients, get an additional revenue stream. And then I think one of the big characteristics that we're proud of and a lot of our partners like is we believe there's a people part that is hugely important, both on the client side but also on the analytics side. So we have a team of mechanical engineers that do what we call curation of the analytics to actually come up with that work order that's tangible, specific, and we can do that. Or our partner, if they have the in-house expertise, they can do that and at a much lower cost from us. So it's the flexibility, and they can toggle that on and off as needed.
How do you guys get involved in the industry?
Well, I've been a mechanical engineer my whole career, about 20 years. But where we got started as a company 9 years ago was as a clean energy finance company. And so we were running these finance programs funded through stimulus dollars for state agencies, local government agencies, and we were disappointed that projects weren't incorporating retro commissioning.
Nice.
So we started offering shared savings retro commissioning performance contracts. We don't do that anymore, but in that process, what we learned was that the end users, the clients, were most concerned about keeping their tenants happy. So we built these complicated Niagara dashboards to try to help us manage the comfort side of the equation. Then we got turned on to analytics. So we deployed analytics, a couple different platforms, and when we found SkySpark and figured out how to get it to work, boy, that was a game changer. Our stress level went down and our satisfaction of our clients went way up.
But you bring up such a great topic, retro commissioning. Most buildings they get commissioned, and man, the test and balance guy walks out the door, and 10 minutes later, everything's sort of out of whack. And I think this is another example of something that's possible probably with your guys' system. So let's just say, for example, the space is too hot, right? You guys, in a lot of cases, are able to send out an auto-tune algorithm and let the thing try to retune itself or recommission itself. If it doesn't do it, then you get an alarm. But you got those first sort of steps. So it's huge savings for the owner. So how do people get a hold of you, man?
www.abundantpower.com. I mean, that's our website. That's the easiest way to find us. We've got awesome communications director that's put all sorts of stuff out there, just like you guys put out stuff. So easy to find us. Google Abundant.
Check them out. Google Abundant for sure. Will you come on our show sometime? Control the Smart Buildings Videocast and Podcast. Sure, man. So nice meeting you, man. Thanks a lot.
You too.
Check these guys out. I think they're going places.
Thank you, sir.